Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make a messy canvas with the help of the Cricut Explore Air 2. Let's get started. I really like this project because it only requires a few supplies. All you need is a canvas of any size. I'm using an 8x10 canvas. You need a couple background colors for paint. I'm going to use gray, yellow, and green, but you can use as many or as few colors as you want, and you can use it in any color. And then you need a front color that you paint over everything, and I'm using white, but you can also use black, or you can use another color that just gives a lot of contrast to your background colors. Other than that, all you need is a paintbrush and a little bit of vinyl. So the first step is to start with your background colors, and again my background colors are lime sherbet, bright yellow, and granite gray. And you have a lot of freedom with this project because you can either do it in divided out like perfect little sections, or you can just go crazy with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take each paint and I'm just going to do a little dot. Okay, so my phone stopped recording as I was doing this, so what you want to do is you just want to take each of your background colors and you just want to put a little dot of each all over the canvas. And it looks kind of weird now, but once you smooth it out, it's going to look really nice. So let's go ahead and spread it out. And the goal here is to get all the colors to mix. So you just want to go back and forth. If there are any white spots, you just want to go ahead and cover that up with the extra paint that's on your brush. You can tell it's not exactly smooth, so what we're going to do with the extra paint is we're just going to go along the sides. You will want to have some paper towels nearby because this part is pretty messy. Of your canvas that you don't think has enough of a certain color on it, so say I didn't think my green had enough yellow in it, then I can just go back with a little bit of yellow like that and then just mix it in. You just want to make sure it's all nice and blended. So now that that's finished and I'm happy with the way it looks, I'm going to go ahead and print out my design. So now that my design's printed, I'm going to go ahead and start weeding it, and I'm just going to take out all of the spots that I don't want to be transferred over to my messy canvas. And one tip I have when doing projects like these, where you're only going to use the vinyl for a little bit and then you're going to throw it away, I would recommend that you find some on sale. Even if you don't really like the pattern of it, it's still a lot more affordable than using one that you really like and then not being able to use that for a project that you actually want to keep forever. So I found this on sale several years ago, and I went ahead and bought a couple rolls just so I wouldn't have to use my favorite when making projects like these. You can also use contact paper like you use in your kitchen. That also works really well for vinyl. I'll print it out and weed it. It's based off the show Psych, and I really like it. I got this off of Etsy from galaxygirlstudioart. They have a lot of different designs based off of TV shows, Disney movies, Disney characters, just a lot of super fun things, so I recommend you go check them out. I will leave a note in the description with their name. So even though I don't need this for my project, I'm going to go ahead and keep it, because when I peel the design off of my canvas, then I want to be able to stick these little pieces onto something just so they don't get everywhere. And then when I'm done, I can just roll this up and throw it away with little to no mess. Okay, so we do need to wait for the canvas to be completely dry before putting the design on there, because if you don't, then when you go to pull the design off, then all the background paint will come off with it. So I forgot to mention, you will need transfer paper. And this I just get the Duck brand peel and stick contact paper from Walmart, and it's way more affordable and it works just as well, if not better, than transfer tape. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull the plastic layer off and cover my design. Once it's covered, I'm just going to give it a good rub just to make sure everything is stuck down. And also, while you're waiting for the canvas to dry, I would recommend washing out your paintbrush, because you cannot have any of that background paint going on to the top cover, because then you won't get to see that big of a contrast between the background and the top cover. So after we've rubbed this down all the way, we're just going to flip it over, and you're going to want to peel back at an angle so everything sticks. And since this design has a lot of small pieces, it sticks super easily to transfer tape, which makes it really good for these kind of projects. So now that this is dry, it's time to go ahead and stick the design on there, and I'm just going to stick it right in the middle. You do want to make sure it's straight before you put it on, because once you put it on, it's not going to come back off without taking off some paint. And then once you have it where you want it, you're just going to rub it down. And you do want to rub pretty firmly. You can take the back of your brush and just rub pretty hard. Just a warning, vinyl doesn't stick that well to canvas. You can't keep it on canvas permanently without using iron-on, so it will take a lot more effort to get off the transfer tape than it would on a different project. There will be several occasions where you have to help it up with your finger, just because canvas is porous and doesn't like to, and the vinyl doesn't like to stick to that kind of surface. So, here we are. Everything is where I want it. I think it looks really nice. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my white paint and go over it. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a couple squirts in random spots on the canvas, and then I can always go back and add some more. You do want this to be pretty thick, because otherwise you will see the background underneath, and you only want to be able to see that from where you pull the design up. And make sure when you go over your design, you don't press down too hard and pull, because that will take the design with it, and you don't want that. You just want to go over it really lightly. So I've let this dry for a good while, and now I'm going to go ahead and pull up the vinyl pieces. And I'm going to be using my Cricut weeding tool, but if you don't have one, you can use a pencil or your fingers. There you go. That's how you make a messy canvas with the help of the Cricut Explore Air 2. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and make sure you check out Galaxy Girl Studio Art on Etsy. Thanks for watching!